I think Flint's lost a few places on this lap. Back down into Tower they go. And Stephen Daly, you can see there, a gap that was 7/10 of a second is now only about a BMW length as they turn through the right-hander at Tower at the far end of the circuit. Through the right and left of Bobby's, and Hunter is really closing in now. He's close enough to think about having a go, probably not into the next corner, but maybe at the start of the next lap. And if you can force Steve Daly to defend, which he does, then that will further delay Stephen Daly's momentum through the corner. Down towards the final turn they go. Daly throws it into the right-hander. Hunter uses all of the curve on the inside, drifts out wide. This is one of Owen Hunter's best circuits on the calendar, and he really needs to make the most of that. Across the line they go, bumper to bumper, up the hill towards Avon Rise for the third time. 12 minutes to go, and Owen Hunter's looking to the inside line. He can't quite get alongside there, though. Daly chops across his nose aggressively, gets to the inside line and the braking. Will he be able to hang on through the corner? Looks like he will. Hunter tries to get the switch back. He made that move, or Stephen Daly made that move on James Gordon a year ago to take the win, but was then later excluded for contact. But this time around, Stephen hangs on to the position from Owen Hunter. This dicing, though, is allowing Ian Jones to close in third, and Ben Huntley's not a million miles back in fourth either. Hinson and May still in the same order. Carrington Yates, though, is seventh now, so I was right. Wayne Flint has lost ground. He dropped down to 11th place, and I think he's fallen even further back now. Leaders almost overlapping. Can Hunter throw one up the inside into Tower? The answer is no. He locks up the brake, though. Oh, careful, Owen. Runs a bit wide. Ian Jones almost senses an opportunity to get up the inside, but backed out of it. In towards Bobby's we go once again, and despite that lockup, Hunter really didn't lose any ground. He looks a bit quicker than Stephen Daly at the moment. Out of the chicane, up through Westway, in towards the final corner again. Daly had to defend down here a lap ago. Will he have to do the same thing this time around? No, takes the traditional wide racing line, but look at the three of them. You can throw a handkerchief over the lot of them as they turn through Camp Corner once again. Ian Jones a bit squirrely out on the grass as he comes across the start finish line. He's not the only one that's been doing that today, though. That is definitely somewhere where track limits has been a point of contention all weekend long. Up the hill we go, though. Hunter needs to get to the inside line, really, because if he goes to the outside and leaves the door open for Ian Jones, Jones will come through. In towards the braking zone they go, and I can tell you, by the way, Matt Parks from 33rd on the grid is now 20th after 3 laps, so he is starting to make some progress as Owen Hunter looks to the inside of Daly into the S's, and Daly again slams the door in his face. He's going to have this to make this a very, very wide BMW Compact Cup car for the remaining 10 minutes of this race to hang on to the race lead. Jones still looking a bit scrappy there in 3rd place. Carrington Yates, meanwhile, is starting to catch this group as well. Keeping an eye on the car, 7th in line as Owen Hunter switches from the inside to the outside, back down to the inside again. There's a gap on the inside line. He locks up once more, but Daly was late enough on the brakes to fend him off. Sensational racing this is, though, as it always is for the BMW Compact Cup. Big grids, close racing wherever you look through the field. Generally speaking, they tend to keep it fairly clean as well. A bit of paint traded on the odd occasion, maybe. And you sense that might be what it takes here for Owen Hunter to get past Stephen Daly, because Daly is driving a very defensive race. It's holding Hunter up, it's backing him up into Ian Jones, and there's a danger that they'll all get backed up into the pack further back. Through Camp Corner again, Hunter takes much more apex curve than Stephen Daly does. They shoot across the start-finish line. The gap is 0.3 of a second. Daly actually did a personal best lap that time, but it's not all that rapid, really. The fastest lap has been set, unsurprisingly, by Owen Hunter earlier on, for 21.3. That previous lap for Daly, 21.7. So he's not quite on the fastest lap pace. Back through Quarry they go again. Well, what's our Matt Parks doing for the back? 17th now, so another 3 places gained for the championship contender. He'll get a top 15 out of this. Can he get a top 10? That exposes the question. Through the chicane they go, and Stephen Daly it is who still leads the way. The screech of tyres you heard was 2 cars spinning at the final corner right outside my commentary box window, but we'll focus on the leaders for the time being as Stephen Daly is continuing to lead and actually looks a bit more comfortable in the lead now as they turn into Tower for the 5th time of asking. Right hand now, if you can break away and just get into a bit of a rhythm, going Hunter to dice away with Ian Jones, then that might not be a bad thing for Stephen Daly. Now, Hunter and Jones have some history. The first 3 or 4 races of the year, they were tied together. They were never fighting for the race lead because Stephen Daly was able to win 3 out of the first 4 races. Matt Parks, the only other driver who was able to win at that period of the season, with Snetterton. But for each of those first 4 races, Hunter and Jones were tied together, and they put on such a great show with some really phenomenal racing between the 2 of them. And will we see a resumption of that battle now here at Castle Combe? There's Paul Hinson, he's running in 5th position, just ahead of David May, who is 6th. Sam Carrington Yates is no longer catching him though in 7th place. As Stephen Daly heads back in towards Quarry, he now holds the fastest lap at 1:21.204. That would have put him on pole position by 0.2 of a second, remarkably. That's a really good lap time. Owen Hunter, though, just set a lap time that would have been good enough for pole position as well. So the pace is really picking up now as we get into this race. Half race distance has been reached, still 3 cars tied together for the race lead as they come back out of the S's. They may look to be catching Paul Hinson. There's Carrington Yates, the white car, number 17. Tom Langford behind him, then Keith Towers and Craig Jameson now rounding out the top 10. Meanwhile, Matt Parks only gained 1 place on that lap, so he's up to 16th now. That was at the expense of Simon Welch. Lead gap coming down, I'd say, this time. That was half a second. I don't think it's half a second anymore as they turn out of Bobby's once again. In the tow for Owen Hunter as he heads down towards Camp Corner. And these cars, of course, not the most aerodynamic, so they do punch quite a big hole in the air. That opens the door for lots of slipstreaming opportunities. Which is exactly what David May is trying to do here to Paul Hinson in front of him. So the field working their way back through. Apologies, we lost commentary again there. A few little technical glitches here at Castle Combe today, but the race continuing with Stephen Daly leading by not very much over Owen Hunter. Can he hang on for the remainder of the race? That is the question. Owen Hunter looks to be building up for another challenge here. 5.5 minutes still to go. Daly from Hunter from Jones, the order for podium. Huntley in 4th. Looks to me like being caught slightly by the Hinson car behind. Paul Hinson's got away from David May. Seems to be catching up to him. We're already getting into some of the traffic. Colin Way is about to move out of the way, hopefully, of the race leaders, as they will catch him up towards Quarry Corner. They might be on the exit of Quarry that will catch him, maybe. No, they are going to catch him right at the worst possible moment. And look at that, Stephen Daly really gets held up in the back marker there. And Owen Hunter now latches right back onto his tail again. He's quicker off the corner as well. And Hunter goes to the outside line towards the S's. Back down to the inside. That was really unfortunate for Stephen Daly. He just caught the back marker at the worst possible moment, because you're going into Quarry and you brake over a blind crest through the left-hander at Avon Rise. It's bumpy as well. You're on the wrong line completely for the next corner, and then there was a back marker in the middle of the road that he just could not find the way round. So Daly had to throw out the anchor to avoid hitting him, and that means that Owen Hunter is now alongside, down towards Tower Corner on the outside line though. He's not going to be able to do it there. He'll try and get the cutback on the exit of the corner. Has to watch out though, because Ian Jones isn't far behind. Of course, it's in Ian's best interests that Hunter finds a way through here, really, because these two are both trying to beat Daly for the championship. Back through Bobby's. Well, Daly had made the break, hadn't he? But all of a sudden it's all gone wrong, and Owen Hunter is almost pushing him now down the Dean straight towards Camp Corner, looking to the inside line. He can't overtake there. Owen surely ducks back to the outside again, throws it into the right-hander. All three of them as one with 4 minutes left on the clock, and Daly's a bit scrappy out of the corner. That might just give Owen Hunter the run across the start-finish line. He's not really close enough though. I don't think the bonnet is starting to flap in the wind now after the repairs that were made yesterday following his testing accident. Back up towards Quarry they go. Look at them jostling for position again, but Hunter now, he's in that difficult position of trying to attack and defend at the same time. Daly runs a bit wide though, and so Hunter with the tight inside line is able to again carry the speed out of the corner. He does seem to be able to build good speed through this section of track and then attack down in towards Tower. Black and orange flag being, by the way, being given out to car number 11. We know not why, but that's a mechanical warning flag for Alessandro Albano running towards the back of the field. So he'll have to go into the pit lane and get the car fixed up. And Owen Hunter, look at this, looking left, looking right, back to the right again, going to get to the inside line, down towards Tower. Stephen Daly defends the inside. There was almost contact between the two of them. Daly is driving so slowly though. The previous lap was over a second off the pace, and this one looks even slower as he's having to drive around the inside of the circuit to keep everyone at bay. speaking of driving around the inside of the circuit, another back marker there getting dutifully out of the way. That was gentlemanly driving there. I reckon we've got time for 2 more laps of this. Can Owen Hunter find a way through? He's all over the back of Stephen Daly, looking to the inside down towards the final corner. He just cannot prise the door open. He has to try and force the mistake, I think, out of the reigning champion. But he is the reigning champion, so forcing a mistake out of him is not going to be easy at all. Across the line they go, 2 more laps to go, and Owen Hunter almost pushing Stephen Daly up Avon Rise. Can he get to the inside line, in towards the quarry corner? No, Stephen again reacts to the movement, gets to the inside line. Owen Hunter slithering around all over the place, trying to get alongside. How long before the bumpers start getting used? How long before the patience runs out? Well, it's starting now. There was paint traded there as he went through quarry, but Stephen Daly is still in front. Back down in towards the S's. Phenomenal racing here from the Nankang Tyres BMW Compact Cup. One mate racing at its best, and Stephen Daly, well, he's the championship leader. In a way, he doesn't need to take too many risks, but Owen Hunter is his nearest rival in the championship, and there are only 15 points between them, so a race win for either of them as we go into the second half of the season could prove crucial when we arrive at Donington Park at the end of the year. Back down into Tower. Daly again looks a bit scrappy, runs a bit wide, hooks up the late apex, so it's not the end of the world. Hunter just breaking free of Ian Jones ever so slightly as they turn into bobbies for the penultimate time. They're lapping in the 1 minute, the low minute 1 minute 20s, and we're not going to have that long left on the clock when they get back to us. All this going on further back. Gordon McMillan there, the red car at the front of the queue we saw spinning earlier on. Liam McGill is in there too. And it's all kicking off throughout the field, but understandably we've focused on this titanic scrap for the win all race long. They cross the line, half a second is the margin as they go on to the final lap of the race, and Owen Hunter has just dropped back a little bit further through the second half of that previous lap, so he's not quite as close as he has been making his way up towards quarry. In towards the right-hander they will go, but this is the part of the circuit where Owen has looked strong all race long, hooks the curve on the inside, really throws the car through the corner. And oops, Ian Jones all over the grass, drops a bit of body work as he does so. That further releases the pressure though from Owen Hunter as he heads through this real momentum sequence of corners. Daly looks more sideways than Hunter this time around. Hunter though gets 2 wheels on the grass as he just understeered a bit wide. Further back there is Ben Huntley still running in 4th, Paul Hinson 5th with damage to the front of his car, and David May still 6th, Sam Carrington Yates 7th, Tom Langford 8th, Towers 9th, and Gordon McMillan is now inside the top 10. Wayne Flint has dropped down even further into 14th. Matt Parks, by the way, is 30, going on to the final lap. Not bad from 33rd on the grid. Leaders then back through bobbies for the final time. Has Owen Hunter got anything that he can take to Steve Daly? He's right with him, but there's only 1 more corner to go, and you really can't overtake at Camp Corner unless there's a mistake from the car in front. Stephen Daly leads them down into the final turn. Owen Hunter trying to apply the pressure, trying to force the mistake out of Stephen Daly, but it's not going to come. Stephen Daly will see the checkered flag and win for the 5th time in 2018 to further pull out a championship lead over Owen Hunter, who set the fastest lap on the final lap of the race, the only man all weekend to have gone sub 1 minute 21. It's a 1 minute 20.955, a really good lap time there for Owen Hunter, but it's just not enough to take the checkered flag. He does get the point for fastest lap though, so that will help him in his championship campaign, but he really would have liked to have won that one. Ian Jones a slightly distant 3rd in the end, Ben Huntley 4th, Paul Hinton 5th, and David May in 6th, Carrington Yates 7th, Langford 8th, Towers 9th, McMillan got into 10th place there towards the end, and Matt Parks took another place on the last lap and moved through into 12th. Well, Stephen Daly then is our race victor, and he's making a habit of this. He is the reigning champion, of course, but he's had it a lot harder this year. 5 wins from 7 races still sounds good, but it's been a lot closer this year, I think is the point. And although he's still winning lots of races, he's not winning them by the sort of margins that he used to, and it's certainly been a very competitive season in the Nankang Tyres BMW Compact Cup. Nankang Tyres, the title sponsor once again, all of the cars running on Nankang Tyres, and Nankang getting involved in British motorsport more and more, it would seem, as the years go on. There went Matt Parks, just flashing through his screen, 33rd to 12th on the grid. A fantastic result for him. Well, fantastic drive, not a great result. 12th is not a great result, but it was a great drive through the order for the championship contender. Confirmation of the result then. Stephen Daly wins it by 1/4 of a second over Owen Hunter, who set the fastest lap at the end of the race. Ian Jones was 3rd, Ben Huntley was 4th, and Paul Hinson came home 5th. David May 6th, Sam Carrington Yates 7th, Tom Langford 8th, Keith Towers 9th, and Gordon McMillan rounds out the top 10. Then it's Liam McGill and Matt Parks rounding out the top half dozen ahead of Craig Jameson and Wayne Flint. Matt Flowers 15th ahead of Tom Griffiths, Andrew Prince, Simon Welch, Mike Doble and Alan Caulfield in 20th. Then we have Mark Skeets 21st, Tim Scott Andrews 22nd, Aaron Morgan in 23rd ahead of Jonathan Atkinson and Martin Gadsby, Jim Barrett and Mikey Doble next in line ahead of Nick Edmond, Phil Sharp and Andrew Woodbine. And I saw Phil Sharp have a spin down at Camp Corner in front of me midway through that race. It was an energetic race, that one, but Stephen Daly, a worthy winner. Let's remind ourselves of some of the action from what was a phenomenal race. Well, off the start, it was Stephen Daly from pole position who was able to hold on to an early race lead. A few cars on the grass before they'd even reached the start line, though. Ian Jones briefly challenged for the lead up through Quarry for the first time, but Daly fended him off, with Owen Hunter then applying the pressure to Ian Jones. Owen got through into second and immediately bridged the gap to the race leader Stephen Daly. The pair engaged in a fascinating tussle, with Stephen Daly clearly not the quicker of the two, but able to defend. Daly pulled out a gap only to catch back markers in the last couple of laps, meaning that Owen Hunter got right back onto his tail. The three of them circulated within inches of each other, a brilliant demonstration of close quarters but clean racing. Owen Hunter, though, just couldn't prise the door open, and Steve Daly it was who came home a victor for the 5th time this season.